Coming up on Sbu TV, we remember a former student who gave his life to his country, and we take an inside look at the New York State driving test. Hello and welcome to Sbu TV. I'm Leah Murphy.
And I'm Liz Witter. First, we have an update on a third-degree rape case involving a former St. Bonaventure student. William Markey of Baldwinsville was back in Oyen Town Court earlier this week on charges of rape, second-degree burglary, and first-degree trespassing from an incident that occurred in January in a campus dormitory. Various legal motions are being considered by the judge, and Markey is due back in court December 21st.
Veterans Day was celebrated this week, and this year, the SBU campus community had one special member of the armed forces to remember. Lauren Adams reports.
Army Specialist Blake Whipple of Amherst, New York, joined the Army early last year after spending time as a student at St. Bonaventure University, Erie Community College, and Buffalo State College.
I guess he realized on his own that he wasn't meant for college and he wanted to do something else with his life.
In May, Whipple was deployed to Afghanistan, where his unit was responsible for searching for and clearing roadside bombs.
He was very daring also, and this was something daring as well, so he signed up for it.
I'm sure he knew that he was in a pretty good amount of danger.
On Friday, November 5th, Whipple was killed by one of those bombs in the Ghazi province of Afghanistan. He was just 21 years old. His friends at SBU say even though his life came to an abrupt end, if he had the opportunity, Whipple would make the same choice about joining the armed forces.
I think the Army is something that he really always did want to do, but if he had the chance, he would probably join the Army again, yeah.
Since his death, Whipple's Facebook page has been flooded with messages from friends and family. Those who knew him at Bonaventure say they remember him most because of how much of an emphasis he put on friendship.
If it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, he'd be there. If it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he'd be there. He put his friends before everything, I would say.
If you went somewhere, he would be right next to you at all times, and he's just like you can't say enough about the kid, but I mean, I don't know.
For SBU TV, I'm Lauren Adams.
Earlier this week, the American flags in front of New York State government buildings were flown at half-staff as a symbol of respect for Whipple.
One Virginia man is marking the Veterans Day holiday by wrapping up a 5-month trip across the country, honoring those who have fallen in service to our country, including his own son. The man, George Lutz. He gives the phrase, "a man on a mission," a whole new meaning. CNN's Julie Peterson reports.
It's a different kind of a death, you know, when you send your young, educated, healthy, you know, loved one out into a war situation.
A father's odyssey. Right turn ahead. All 50 states in just 5 months. George Lutz is an army of one, delivering the Honor and Remember flag he designed to military families. Families who, like his own, lost a loved one fighting for our country. Lutz lost his son in Iraq in 2005.
These flags are not shipped to families. They are presented. Their friends, their family, their peers can see and appreciate what that sacrifice has meant to that family. As I've traveled around the country, been able to present many, many flags to all generations of families from World War II to Iraq. What we needed to give this country was a tangible way to say thank you, in a way to say, you know what, that sacrifice is important to me, and I will show you how important it is to me. I am willing to display a symbol.
Lutz has met with state legislators, community organizations, and religious groups.
About 16 governors.
He wants states to adopt the Honor and Remember flag and to fly it on national holidays.
Minnesota, New Hampshire, Colorado.
He wants Washington to adopt the flag as a federal symbol too, and his Virginia congressman is sponsoring legislation. And Lutz wants families of the fallen, Gold Star families, to fly the Honor and Remember flag in front of their homes.
At the end of the day, there's nothing we can do. There's no gifts we can give, ceremonies we can provide. There's just nothing we can do to give a family what they really want. and that is their loved one to come home. If we can't give them that, the one most important thing is gratitude.
One surprise he'll never forget came in the heart of the Midwest.
In Nebraska, at a ceremony with the governor, many Gold Star families, was one man there, First Sergeant, who was with my son when he was shot. Just told me what happened that day. It was just a powerful moment, you know, for me to get to hear one more story about that day and what happened. And it meant a lot to me.
Separate from his personal healing, George Lutz calls his flag campaign a mission.
I don't cancel because if I've got a presentation to make, I'm going to make that presentation one way or the other.
An incredible trip that will be completed on Veterans Day at Arlington National Cemetery when he plants thousands of honor and remember flags graveside.
The emotional strain of this, you know, to meet family after family who have lost a son or a daughter or a husband or wife is just very draining.
Julie Peterson, CNN.
Last week, we reported on the dangers of teen driving. Now we'll take a look at what determines if teens are ready to be drivers. Sbu TV's Christy Andrzejewski reports.
Last month, a Pennsylvania teenager who had just passed his driving test crashed into a state driving license center, injuring 3 people. The accident happened as a teen was leaving the parking lot where his road test took place. With car accidents as a leading cause of death for teens ages 15 and 19, I decided to take a look at the New York State driving test to see what it takes for a young driver to get on the road. The test is about a 7-minute ride-along for the instructor to observe the driver's turns, parking, and general safety knowledge.
You'll be coming to a stop sign right up here, Christy. You're going to go straight after you stop, and you're going to take a right onto the next street after the stop sign. So.
Okay. I was also instructed to do a 3-point turn. To pass the test, the driver must complete a parallel park, something I had a little trouble with. I can't do it. Can I try again?
Yeah, we'll let you try again.
Okay. But I was given another shot at it and was successful with the second try.
Very good. You redeemed yourself.
Yes. Each mistake a driver makes during the test deducts points from their final score. More than 30 missed points results in a failure.
If I was giving you your test, you would have passed.
Okay.
You probably would have just passed because missing the first parallel park, you would have lost 15 points.
After the test, I learned what I did right.
When you came to the stop signs, you made sure that, you could see before you left. You didn't take any chances.
And what I did wrong.
You had one turn that was too wide from 4th Street to Washington Street.
After 5 years of driving experience, I still can't get a perfect score on the road test. But Anastasia says it's easy to tell an experienced driver from a non-experienced one.
Even though it's a 5-minute test, I can learn a lot just by watching you for that 5 minutes. Are you observing traffic? Are you checking your blind spot? Are you signaling? When you're backing up, are you looking behind you, or are you using your mirrors, to back up?
For Sbu TV, I'm Christy Andrzejewski.
Next week, we'll take a look at distractions behind the wheel that could be causing teen accidents.
Up next, we see how people who live nearby are affected by drunken college students, and buildings were destroyed across from St. Bonaventure.
Plastic ones last longer.
Pork bellies close steady due to speculation and demand for bacon-related products.
Read me this one, Daddy.
Okay, honey. The less art kids get, the more it shows. Are yours getting enough? Art. Ask for more. AmericansForTheArts.org.
We brought you a story 2 weeks ago about college students and drinking. This week, I took a look at how the Allegheny community responds to being a college town, especially on the weekends.
The people of Allegheny have mixed feelings about living in a college town, especially talking about on camera. Many neighbors and businessmen politely declined any interviews. Some felt that retribution from drunken college students may be an issue. Allegheny Village Judge Lance Brennan, who resides on Main Street, knows that living in a college town comes with pros and cons.
Basically have the 4 seasons with the students. In the summertime, obviously, when they're not here, it's dead quiet. And then from the time the school starts until the first snow, it gets a lot louder. Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, it's pretty loud. Once the snow begins, it's pretty quiet again, and then it's great until springtime. And again, the same thing. Once the weather breaks, that's when it's usually the loudest.
David Matties has been living here in Allegheny on Oak Street for about 25 years and says that the noise level and problems have been worse in prior years.
They've been pretty good down this way. A couple of years ago, we had a few problems. They stole everything that we had on the porch practically. But that was years ago.
One might wonder why people choose to live in a college town when they know so much about the noise and problems that could occur.
Around here, what I think students don't realize is how important it is to have a Division I university in their backyard. I think a lot of people like having the students around. It keeps you young feeling. You know, there's activities. You can go to soccer, baseball, any other sporting event you want. We usually do a lot as a university to help with the area kids in the school, different programs. And I think most people that live there, because they've been there their whole lives, they do take it with a grain of salt. So when they complain, bad things have to be going on, or a bad streak.
For Sbu TV, I'm Leah Murphy.
Next time, we'll look at the effects of college boozing on the medical system in the area.
Changes are underway for the old castle property across from Bonaventure's campus. The university is taking the first steps to developing the property that will house Bonaventure Square, a multi-purpose entertainment complex. Demolition of the buildings on the property began last week. A Chinese restaurant and a Domino's used to stand on a 17-acre lot. Plans are set for a hotel, apartments, a sportsplex, bookstore, and entertainment venue. Construction could happen in phases, according to Brenda McGee, Bonaventure's point person on the project, and is expected to begin in the spring.
As the weather gets cold, many people may be wondering where animals without care or shelter go.
All the unwanted and mistreated cats and dogs in Cattaraugus County have a safe haven at the SPCA, which stands for the Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
We take in as many animals as we possibly can care for in a good manner.
And that amount is about 100 dogs and 150 to 200 cats. St. Bonaventure University's organization, the Bona Watchdogs, is also trying to do their part to help animals.
We originated it to help out the SPCA in Olean primarily, but it's supposed to raise awareness of animal cruelty.
This isn't your ordinary SPCA. There's something about this one that makes it special.
It's a true no-kill shelter. Some shelters euthanize animals if their time is up for space concerns or if they have a behavior issue or something like that. This SPCA will not put any animals down for space concerns, and if an animal has a behavior issue, we take them to a trainer and get it addressed.
Besides just adoption, some people may not even be aware that they have an opportunity to help these dogs and cats.
I have never been to an SPCA before in my life, and I really wanted a chance to go to one, even though they are really sad, but I would go to one.
We love to have lots of volunteers because when we have 100 dogs, not every dog can go for a walk for an hour every day, so the more volunteers we have, the better.
For Sbu TV, I'm Megan Sudore.
Volunteers can come in during open hours, which are Monday through Friday, noon to 5, and Sunday, 1 to 4.
The annual St. Bonaventure Talent Show took place this week. Taylor Maher reports.
As we approach the end of the semester, students are taking a break from their talents in the classroom and gathering to show off their skills on stage.
Talent show is open to anybody who wants to perform. You know, if you got anything you want to showcase to the school, you can join.
The talent show, hosted by the SBU STEP team, took place in the Regus Theater, located in the Quick Arts Center.
I think it's cool just to see, I feel like there's not that many opportunities to see, what people on campus can do creatively.
The STEP team plans to donate half of its proceeds from the talent show to a local police dog with cancer.
Walk tall like a man, chest out, lip hung, shoulders back, relax. They can't see what you lack.
The poem this time was about, like, I guess you could say abuse. It was called He Is Hurting You, the same one who said he loved you.
Not only did the talent show give students an opportunity to perform, but it allowed the STEP team to show off some of their new routines.
The talent show, we raised money. We actually sold out, which was very good.
For Sbu Tv, I'm Taylor Maher.
Chloe Corner and Sarah Murphy's Irish step dance routine earned them first place in the show and a $100 gift certificate. Happy Meals as we know them could be a thing of the past in San Francisco. The city is considering banning toys from fast food kids' meals unless the restaurant boosts the meal's nutritional value. CNN's Andy Rose reports on what this proposal would change.
The Happy Meal could soon become a healthy meal in San Francisco. The city's Board of Supervisors is expected to pass an ordinance that would ban fast food kid meals from including popular toys, unless the meals are more nutritious. During a hearing in September, parents voiced their concerns.
Toy that comes in that unhealthy Happy Meal, there comes a price.
Under the proposal, McDonald's and other fast food restaurants would have until December 2011 to make adjustments.
Meals must contain fruits and vegetables and not exceed 600 calories and must not have beverages that have excessive fat or sugar.
It looks like the measure will pass. The board already approved the ban during a preliminary vote last week. Officials say they hope to attack the childhood obesity epidemic with the ordinance, a first of its kind for a large city. Mayor Gavin Newsom has indicated he would veto the ban, but the board appears to have enough votes to override his decision. Reporting from Atlanta, I'm Andy Rose.
Coming up in sports, Bonaventure's men's basketball team shines in an exhibition victory. Both the St. Bonaventure men's and women's basketball teams had the exhibition games last week. The women easily defeated Edinburgh 79-49, and the men played Mansfield.
Early on, it was the Demetrius Conger show as he made a three-pointer from the corner. Then, off an Ogo Adeboye steal, Conger threw down a slam dunk to spark a 23-1 run. That run was capped off with a three-pointer from Adeboye. Then Andrew Nicholson showed his touch inside with this hook shot. Michael Davenport closed out the first half with a steal and a layup as the Bonnies went into the locker room with a 48-20 lead. Nicholson got the scoring started in the second half with a dunk. And he showed off his defensive skills with this rejection. Take another look as he finished with a game-high 23 points. St. Bonaventure cruised to an 82-65 victory.
With the preseason behind them, each team is set to start the season this weekend. The women will host Binghamton in their first game, and the men travel to Canisius.
The St. Bonaventure women's and men's soccer teams both qualified for the postseason, earning the right to compete for an Atlantic 10 championship. The women's soccer team earned its first Atlantic 10 tournament victory in program history with the 2-0 defeat of Massachusetts in a quarterfinal match November 4th. The team then took nationally ranked Dayton to overtime in a 1-0 shutout loss the following day in semifinal round. Senior Anna Cunningham and junior Shannon Van Riper were named to the conference all-championship team. Cunningham led the Bonnies with 10 goals and 23 points during the regular season. fellow senior Courtney Bossy contributed 4 goals and 8 assists. Head coach Manoj Khetri and the Bonnies are expected to return 9 seniors to the squad in 2011 to build upon this season's 12-9 campaign. The men's soccer team also reached the postseason after posting a 10-7-1 regular season record. The Bonnies clinched the 4th seed in the Atlantic 10 tournament with a 1-1 draw against Duquesne November 6th. Freshman Emma O'Connor paced the Bonnies' offense during regular season with 5 goals and 7 assists. Senior Brett Allen was second on the team with 4 goals. Head coach Mel Mailer and the Bonnies played 5th-seeded St. Louis in the quarterfinals of the A10 tournament on November 11th. The men's team dropped a 2-1 decision to St. Louis in its A10 quarterfinal match. That's all for this week on Sbu TV. I'm Liz Witter.
And I'm Leah Murphy. For the rest of us in the Coop Lab, thanks for watching.